guys, so adding on from the previous vision about America, well, it was part of a vision. It was like a message I got from a vision, confirmation message. And I've had this feeling for a while as well. God told me to say this, but another one is the vision related to that confirmation message was really crazy, intense, and also it's already happening. God's telling me it's already happening in America, and it's gonna get worse as well. And basically, it's gonna be like normal again, just like the message is tied to the message. So make sure to watch that video. But the thing is, this vision, I was getting raped several times. Like I was running from people it's like everywhere I went, I went to a place to hide. I ran around everywhere just to avoid these men, and they were always trying to rape me. It's not the same men, but it was all different kinds. And there was like specifically the worst place where it happened was in a car parking lot. The car parking lots, that is like the place where it was the worst. So that's again for America. And just the car parking lots, horrible. Elevators, that was like the only place I had a break, but even then I was being spied on, and people were listening in and watching in the elevator, and they were like spying on me, waiting for me to get out so that they could rape me. So that's gonna happen in America. It's gonna be very serious, and he's already telling me that it's happening now already. It's just not as strong as it will be in the future. And like there was nothing I could do. Like I was getting raped, I was getting assaulted, and one man in the parking lot, he would always just walk around just waiting. He looked like a normal guy. He looked like, oh, this is a good guy over there, but he had bad intentions, and like every time he just would do it. And it was horrible. And there was this one time I begged him. I begged him to my knees. I was crying. I was bawling out, crying. He felt very sorry for me. He really genuinely did. God revealed. He genuinely felt sorry and felt bad for me, but he couldn't help himself, and he did what he did, and it was just horrible. So in America, like this is gonna happen, and it's already happening, but it's not as strong. So this is part of the judgment. Last days. I'm not really judgment, but I did feel like last days things. When I was in the vision, I was like last days things, and I tried to escape the place that where all this corruption and stuff was happening, but I couldn't escape. Like no one would let me escape. I wasn't like, they would not let me escape. I tried to escape every single time. I tried over and over again. They would not let me. In fact, whenever I tried to escape, they would force me down and make it harder for me to escape. I think, I can't remember exactly what they did, but they would kind of kidnap me or keep me locked somewhere in a place where I was locked in a place somewhere, and then they would just continue doing all the same things. But they didn't see what they were doing as torture and punishment. They just saw it as a way of life, it was normal, and it was this is just how things go to them. But to me, I was suffering, and they genuinely cared, and they didn't want me to suffer, but they just weren't they didn't really care. They genuinely felt sorry for me, but they didn't actually care. And so, because they just had this strong lust. So this is a message for America. Women, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get horrible. You think what's happening now is bad? God just told me. It's gonna get worse. And so, just you can't really be ready for that. You just need to leave the country. But it's gonna get worse. And I guess you could try to be ready. If you're a woman of God, God can protect you. You can pray protection, but the place is not gonna be good. And I know there was a lot of death as well I sensed in the place, and a lot of crazy people. these people, they were ruthless, crazy, and they didn't really have any, like, they were savages. I'm just gonna be honest, like, everyone that I encountered in the dream from the morning was savage. They were savage and ruthless. I remember one time I was in the elevator and this guy, which looked like Lemon from Adventure Time, but he didn't look exactly like him, but he looked like a lemon or one of the lemons, and I just felt like Adventure Time, and he was walking around me and rubbing against me, screaming rape, 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 and in a shrieking voice like Lemon does. Now, in like, and when he did that, like, the cameras picked it up, and this is what I was talking about before, and the people came because they saw it on the camera. They saw what he was saying, the alert or notification, like, they were just being alerted through the cameras to the elevator, and they came towards me, and when the door opened, they just raped me. Literally, it's gonna be savage and ruthless, so be careful when you're out on the streets by yourself. In fact, I just advise you just get out the country. Just leave the country, go somewhere else, go anywhere. Literally anywhere but there. America is gonna get horrible. There's not gonna be an escape. If you're a child of God, I don't want to promise you anything. I'm going to be honest. I do believe you will suffer some of this. And unless you're really, really lucky, you're not gonna be able to be spared from this. And your children definitely won't. And it's unless you walk in righteousness, obedience, and even then, I mean, he could protect you, yeah. But it's very unlikely that most people will actually be able to escape this, because this is going to be horrible. It's going to actually be inescapable. No one's going to be escaped. And the thing I want to stress is, like, every single time, it's like I wished I left the place. I was like, oh, I just want to get out of here. I don't want to be here. And I wanted to go to people for help, but no one would listen to me. Like, the government, the police, they would not listen. They weren't really on my side. They were just on the rapist side, or they made me look like I was complaining or, like, making a big deal out of something not serious. So that's another thing. Like, it's gonna be very, very difficult, and I don't say that lightly. I thought it very intensely. Like, it's gonna be horrible. And the thing is, God didn't let me experience every single thing, like every pain, intimately as other people would, but he let me have a taste of it, and it really was horrible.